Hey guys, and welcome to another Schematics update. This time we want to talk about 2 Point Hospital that released new footage last weekend. We means me, AdfoTV. You can find my stuff on YouTube and Twitter.
And my name's Blind. You can find my stuff on twitch.tv/BlindIRL and stupidskull.com.
Hi guys, I'm Cleave. You can find me at twitch.tv/Cleave.
So this was all released during the PC Gamer Weekender.
I see like plots for hospitals in like the middle of nowhere. Like if I'm sick, I don't want to have to drive like 45 minutes to the hospital.
You don't want to go to Country Forest Lake Hospital.
There was also a theme park and a hot air balloon. Did you guys see the big Ferris wheel there?
Where was that? Hold on. I did not see this theme park.
Right next to the city.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
So we have different spots on the map where we can build a hospital. I have no idea if that's career mode or sandbox.
I very much expect that to be like a career mode map, you know, like kind of an overworld.
The player dropped in like a reception desk and already a patient showed up, and they have like a timer and stuff. So I'm wondering if you can build with the hospital with like the game paused. I guess you can. I don't know. There's a pause button in the bottom right, so I guess they chose not to for the live stream. And it looks like the guy's got a timer, so if you don't treat him within that amount of time, he just leaves.
Or dies.
Potentially, yeah.
Spontaneously combusts.
What I really like about the building mode is basically that you set up the room and it's not built, so you don't spend any money while building.
Yeah, and then you confirm it.
Exactly. After you're done, you can confirm it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what these buttons are. There's a box with the minus and one with the plus.
Where do you see that?
It's on the top. There's like money, prestige level, and right next to that.
Oh, I guess it's evaluating your room while you build it.
Could be, yeah.
Interesting.
Adding and subtracting from the tiles that compose the room.
Everything just looks really slick and easy to play, which definitely to me kind of pushes forward the notion that this is a much more simplistic game than I think I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Not that harder to play games are, you know, really obtuse intentionally, but I had a thought a couple days ago, which was what I actually want from this game is a sequel that makes Theme Hospital more interesting, but what I think they're making here is just a straight up modern day version of Theme Hospital, which might not be what I want, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
So, top right, we see our objective, basic hospital.
And what I really like is that you basically can move the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you can drag it around and rotate it and position it and then place it.
What's kind of strange to me are the windows.
What, the windows inside?
Yeah, you can build windows inside to the room, but you can have the windows on the outer wall.
I do kind of love that animation when you build it, and if there's patients in that area, they just kind of get flung back out.
They get tossed out.
Yeah.
That looks really nice. I like that a lot.
The art style, the visual style is great. I question this guy's judgment because he just sat down in like a giant pile of piss, but I mean...
Was that piss or vomit? I actually can't tell.
Either one, it's weird.
Hey, there's a fetish for everything.
We see this guy getting de-light bulbed. This is a de-light bulber machine, apparently, and
This is all cinematic footage here, I think.
Yeah.
Something I think we should mention is
Yeah.
during the live stream at the PC Gamer Weekender, they teased very heavily a feature that started with the letter M. The chat was blowing up about multiplayer, so how do we think that's going to work if that's a feature?
I think you'll be able to compete. In terms of 2 players will start on the same map at the same time and build a hospital, and you'll have like goals, and whoever does them first will get points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because we saw an overworld map, so potentially maybe you don't start on the same hospital, you start on separate hospitals.
Right. It'll be a competition, not a cooperative.
Yeah.
I guess so too.
I've talked about this before. Multiple people building on a single map doesn't really make any logical sense.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do it.
Yeah. Well, and it's getting messy if you don't talk co-player.
Right.
Yeah, that too. It's funny when you said it's getting messy was when I was looking at surgery. I was like, wait, what? What's getting messy?
We see a lot of like cute animations and I really love them.
Yeah, everything is very great.
The characters look great. The animations look great.
Yeah.
The scale of things look good.
Like that x-ray machine is awesome.
The doctor dancing. Oh yeah, night fever. And yeah, there are a lot of different rooms and they're all one purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got CAT scans, we've got like a surgery room, we've got, I think they're 3D printing something. I'm not sure what that is. I have no idea. Could be anything, quite literally.
Blood spinning or something.
Yeah, that's pretty cruel, actually.
There's a general physician's room for like physicals, and There's an office for talking to patients in, a demummification room.
Earlier we saw like a classroom.
We see the guy down at the bottom,
Yeah.
kind of ignoring him, but at one point he talked about you training your doctors. A classroom's probably for training them in.
Yeah. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is we see a whole lot of light bulb heads, and there doesn't seem to be a massive variety of different diseases here. Like, you know, we see mummification stuff.
There's a guy with a pot on his head right there.
Yeah.
He's a pothead, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Yeah.
You know I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
You're definitely not.
We saw the ghost guy. We've also seen people with just like casts on their hands and feet and stuff like that too. So
Yeah.
we saw the clown earlier in the last video.
I just hope that there's a good enough variety, you know?
This guy's getting painted.
By the way, what's happening here is quite funny.
This guy lost his color and he's getting recolored.
Yeah, and the disease is called gray anatomy.
Okay.
I think I saw that on Twitter. Yeah.
I laughed really hard when I heard that.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit worried as well about the diseases and that every room is basically one purpose only.
I am as well, and I'm worried that this game is going to be a little bit too simple for longevity. I don't think this game is going to have the longevity that we all hope for from a great sim tycoon game. But that said, I think it can still be fun to play when it comes out.
This is a world where people are still playing the original Theme Hospital and modding it and making it more difficult. And when you make a game that is a spiritual successor to an old game like that, you are aiming for that audience. And the audience that played Theme Hospital is now in like their 30s. Or like mid-20s to late 30s is the audience that played Theme Hospital. It's really a question of whether or not they're targeting that audience or if they're targeting a new young audience.
I think they're trying to capture a new audience with this, I would say.
If they're trying to capture a new audience, then they're on the wrong platform. Because all of the young kids that would want...
On console, yeah.
No, they're not on console. They're on phones. They're on tablets.
That's actually a very good point. I know that the graphics and the art style is meant to be timeless,
Yes.
but the UI, on the other hand, is looking so touchy.
I could definitely see this translate to like iPad pretty easily.
Yeah.
I don't think this game would run on an iPad.
I mean, I think it would. Certainly not at this quality.
Yeah.
There are certainly ways to make games like this run on iPad, and I would imagine they're going to explore something like that eventually.
I guess what I'm just trying to say is that I think that if they're targeting a new young audience, then they're on the wrong platform. And if they're targeting the old audience, as somebody who considers himself a member of that old audience, I'm worried that there isn't enough depth here to keep me interested for long enough to play it for a long period of time, which is what I would want from it. And this is Sega, and I have a weird feeling they're going to charge weirdly close to full price for this.
Yeah, I don't know if we speculated before, but I would guess this game is going to cost at least $40.
Yeah.
40 US, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surviving Mars is coming out right now, and that's 40 US, right?
I don't know what the price of that is.
That's kind of irrelevant, but that's my general concerns. The multiplayer thing's neat if that ends up happening.
Sure.
I just really hope it's not SimCity multiplayer.
Yeah.
A competition-based multiplayer could add longevity to the game. And, you know, that audience that you're talking about, that like 27 to 40-year-old gamer right now, I guess, 25 to 40,
Yep.
they don't have as much time to play games as they did when they were kids.
Good point.
Yeah, that is true.
The amount of time that they can invest into one play session is a fraction of what they could when, you know, when we were 12 years old playing Nintendo at 6 o'clock in the morning. So
True, yeah.
in that sense, they may be on the right track, and that may be something that they certainly have considered.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I was saying, I really do think that this looks like it will be fun. I just worry that I'm going to play it for like 3 days and then never pick it up again.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like a year later, I'd be like, oh, Theme Hospital is fun. Let me play that again for another 2 hours and then I'm done with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a game that you play a long time.
Yeah.
Like, not hour-wise, maybe. If I pick this up, I will probably play good 8 or 10 hours.
Yeah.
But don't see myself playing that for longer than a week.
Yeah.
I guess what we should say is just maybe be a little bit cautious going towards this one, because like the game looks cool. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, games like this are like prime for DLC or an expansion or something like that.
Yeah.
These are like pay to play games. So once you buy it, they don't really care if you play for 2 minutes or 2 years. You know, you bought the game.
Yeah.
Not every game is going to be that game that you put, you know, a million hours into. So if you had fun, you'll leave a good review and you bought it, and that will help drive sales up. And that's really all that matters, you know?
No, definitely.
It's not that deep simulation that we were hoping for, but that doesn't mean it won't be fun.
What a wonderful ending.
We just naturally wrap this one up, I think.
So I think the only thing left to say here is, for our viewers and listeners, thanks for viewing and listening. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, feel free to use our wonderful comment section under the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.